Good afternoon, Western Washington, and happy Tuesday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the forecast for the weather system that'll be impacting the area over the next couple of days. So starting here with the UW satellite, you can see the marine layer that burned off this morning, and some high clouds and some lenticular clouds over the Cascades, and the clouds ahead of our next system moving in, some pretty thick clouds that are off the coast due to that system. So let's take a look at the overall pattern here on the European model. You can see this is the system we're talking about here, this trough. It is going to push south and move over Oregon and bring precipitation to most of the Pacific Northwest here on late Tuesday through Wednesday and then into early Thursday. And as you can see, we go through Wednesday and into Thursday. That moves off to the east. We have some brief ridging, maybe a nice day on Friday. Stay tuned for more about that. And then more troughing off the coast by the time we get through this weekend. So stay tuned as we see what the forecast is for this over the next few days. Now let's take a look here at the overall precipitation pattern here again on the European model. You can see as we go through Tuesday night, that precipitation moves inland and will impact western Washington and western Oregon through the day Wednesday, becoming showery Wednesday night and generally tapering off or remaining in the Cascades by Thursday. And then you can see by early Friday morning we are done with that rain. So now let's take a look at how much rain we are expecting. As we go through Tuesday afternoon, you can see it starts raining in the Puget Sound area around 10 to 11 o'clock tonight, and that rain could be moderate to heavy at times for some isolated areas, just a steady light rain for most of the region. By the time we get to Wednesday evening, you can see some of those showers have brought higher accumulation over 3/4 of an inch to around an inch from Tacoma to Olympia, and on some of the coast a half inch or so, and then from Tacoma northward through the Seattle metro area. A decent round of rain for early September, likely around 1/4 of an inch for most of the area. Some places around southern Whidbey Island and Everett could get a little bit less due to the Olympic rain shadow there. Let's compare this to the National Blend of Models, a higher resolution forecast. This agrees with the timing of the rain, with rain moving into the Puget Sound area late tonight into early Wednesday morning. And you can see that rain continues overnight into Wednesday morning, and then with some showers going throughout Wednesday into Thursday there. And you can see here, total rain for this will likely be most from Tacoma southward, with up to 3/4 of an inch and about a half inch on the coast. And then this model does show a much more expanded rain shadow northeast of the Olympic Circle, with barely any rain for the San Juan Islands, northern Whidbey Island, or most of Whidbey Island there rather, and Bellingham and Whatcom and Skagit counties, and then the Seattle metro area getting around 1/4 of an inch. Much more from Tacoma southward there again, up to 3/4 of an inch and maybe up to an inch in the southern Washington Cascades. Now let's take a look at temperatures. So this is Wednesday's temperatures. So since I'm making this video in the afternoon, we already know kind of what the highs are for Tuesday, likely in the low 70s for most of what you're seeing today. So tomorrow, Wednesday, you can see highs from Seattle northward only reaching the mid-60s as that trough brings much cooler temperatures. From Seattle southward, highs reach the upper 60s and then mid to upper 60s on the coast. Thursday, we warm up a little bit, mid to upper 60s for the entirety of western Washington, and same on the coast. And then on Friday, we warm up a little bit more, mid 60s to low 70s Seattle northward, low 70s Seattle southward, and mid to upper 60s on the coast. And by Saturday, that next trough that we talked about earlier starts to move in, and we drop the temperatures again, highs in the mid 60s Seattle north and upper 60s Seattle south. So let's take a look here at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. We did look at this yesterday, but this is updated every day. As you can see here, this is now for September 16th to 20th. So mid-September is what we're looking at for that. And you can see a pretty good chance of below average temperatures for the Pacific Northwest and specifically for western Washington there. You can see a 60 to 70% chance of below average temperatures. And then when we take a look at that precipitation, this is a good sign to end some of the drought concerns for the Northwest. And you can see for western Washington there, a 50 to 60% chance of above average precipitation going into mid-September. So stay tuned as we get closer to that, and we will see what kind of weather systems this pattern throws our way. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and share this video. That's the best way to help Western Washington weather grow. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.